What up, though, everybody, and welcome to the Woodward Heavyweight live on woodwardsports.com. I am Spencer Axter. Got JB on the ones and twos and Chris Platte in the TD booth. Eazy is running a little late. He got stuck behind a train, and I told him to get out and push the train, but we'll see. We'll see. I think those people in the tunnels finally caught up to him. Finally caught him lacking. Eazy, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's people spun the block.
Speaking of the tunnels, their ops did something crazy, didn't they?
The people in the tunnels ops did some wild stuff. We got a lot to talk about. Darius Slay on Matthew Stafford. We got the problem, James Houston being officially activated to the main roster. The Red Wings, big dub last night. I get to talk about the Red Wings because Eazy's not fucking here, and he can't tell me I can't talk about the Red Wings. All right, but first things first. Yes, the ops of the tunnel people did something crazy. Yeah. If you don't know the tunnel people, just look it up. Some wild shit's going on in New York. But their ops, Kanye West.
Yes.
Is known for his crazy things. And this, I still don't think this is true, but apparently Kanye West has had all of his teeth removed and replaced with titanium dentures, which are reportedly more expensive than diamonds.
It was important to know.
That was the important factor. Is he had to put it out there that it was more expensive than diamonds. Yeah. And so now I'm going to dive into the Detroit Tigers minor league breakdown, what we got going forward. Colt Keith, will he make the opening day roster? What are we feeling there? Is Casey Mize ready to go? Where is Faedo going to be floating around? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not talking about the Tigers, even though I want to. But
one second on that Kanye rollout, because it's getting crazier. Yes. So after that, it also was reported by TMZ that he's got a 40-minute documentary apology to the tunnel community.
It's, I guess he watched
his album rollout.
He must have watched Pineapple Express or something this time. Because remember when he watched 21 Jump Street, he gave a public apology, which is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Then he watched 22 Jump Street and said, never mind.
Yeah, then he took it back when he watched 22 Jump Street. So it's pretty awesome. Rollout. Jeremy Anderson, I'm sorry, Colt Keith, I hope he makes the roster. I hope he makes the opening day roster. We'll figure that out. But no, I'm not soloing the show today. Uncle Neil's soft feet. Eazy will be here. He's got stuck behind a train, so he's running a little late, but he'll be here pretty soon. And until then, let me tell you about your Detroit Red Wings. Third place in the Atlantic, big overtime victory over the Florida Panthers. The first time they beat Bob in Florida in 10 tries. This guy, Sergei Bobrovsky, is a monster. He's a monster in net. The Red Wings finally got to him. It's the first time they took him down in a long, long time. Thankful that Dylan Larkin was out there. The captain got the OT winner. It was a great shot. Snuck it past traffic in front of the net. Made it happen. Rasmussen also got a goal. Robbie Fabry had a very nice goal. The Red Wings not only won a game against Bob in Florida, but they won a game without scoring 4 or more goals. So a lot of great things. Jeremy Anderson, Lion is a beast. Damn right, Lion is a beast. I love this. You can look back, go to BDE when it first announced. Somebody said Lion should be over Reimer from the beginning. It might have been me. I don't know. Somebody said Lion should be over Reimer from the beginning. I'm just saying. We saw what he did with Florida last year, which was impressive. And he has been a fucking brick wall of pillows in that net, man. It is awesome to watch him stop all these shots. He's averaging like 35 shots stopped in all of his starts. It's extremely impressive for him to go out there and continue to have this success. I love to see what the Red Wings are doing. They're getting on pace. They're winning games. They have such a good point streak going. I think they now have 13 of the last 14 points available to them. So it's extremely impressive to see what they've been doing. And like I said, they pushed themselves ahead of the Toronto Maple Leafs for sole possession of third place in the Atlantic. The last time they had third place or higher in their division at this point in the season was 2015. 2015. The Red Wings looking like they're going to make the playoffs. Obviously, still a lot of game left, still a lot of season left. So got to keep this going because the East is a beast.
What are you looking for from them? I mean, it's easy to say continuing their streak, but what area are you looking at specifically with this Red Wings over these next course of couple weeks? As they get to the trade deadline's not quite around the corner, but is coming up. So what are you looking for with this team?
I mean, I don't know if Stevie's going to make a move. I expect him to do something. Maybe he grabs another fringe defender. Maybe he grabs somebody like that. When Husso comes up, I feel pretty confident with the 1-2 goalie rotation of Lyon and Husso, and you can get Reimer out of here. But that's what they need to sure in. They need to get another top 4 defenseman, I think. I don't know if Simon's ready for this. I don't know if they're ready to bring Ed up. I like in the future what the defense looks like with obviously Mo Sider, Simon Evanson, and I'm not even going to try to his name. It's hyphenated and it's crazy. Palinka, Axel Palinka, however you pronounce his name, but that Swedish stud they got back there, that could be a pretty nasty threesome on that defense. But I think they make a trade to bring in another veteran defenseman, a guy you could throw back there who's going to be solid. You see how great Gostisbehere has done for them offensively. Now I want them to grab a defensive defenseman you could put in that top 4 pairing. It'd be great for them to make that happen. But we'll see. There's a lot of season left. They need to continue to play like this, though. Like I said, you can't let up because this Florida team is hot. Toronto has 2 games on hand in you, so you're going to have to keep scoring. You're going to have to keep getting these points if you want to continue in that 3rd spot. If you want to continue in that playoff race, you're going to have to keep going. So I'm excited for that. But I know you sick fucks don't like Red Wings that much, so that'll be it for me on the Red Wings today. Felt good to talk about it. Now let's break down the Tigers minor leaguers. Now we've got the video, I believe. Darius Slay, former Detroit Lion. Loved him here. One of the best corners, probably the best corner I've seen in my life. You know, you put for the Lions, you put up Dre Bly up there. You can put a couple guys up there with him. But Darius Slay, as good as it comes when it comes to a Lions cornerback in my lifetime, had some thoughts about the Detroit Lions fans booing Matthew Stafford.
Oh, man, I'm so happy for the Lions, man. You know, I'm glad what they're doing is going on crazy over there, playing good, playing great football. Excited for them, man. I see they deserve that, man. But heard they booed Stafford. That's the only thing I don't like there. That's kind of bad right there. I ain't gonna lie, Detroit, man. I know y'all playing him in the playoffs and y'all want to win. Y'all could have gave him a little standing ovation for 30 seconds. Just acknowledge that what he did for that organization for 12 years. And but to do that and boo him and his kids and all that kind of stuff, I ain't gonna lie. If I was Stafford, I probably wouldn't have stepped back over there no more. You know, yeah, that's bad business. They should have kind of fixed that. They should have did that. That was terrible, Detroit, man. We got to be better than that. They got to be better than that, you know. Because there's some good fan bases as well, but yeah, they can't do that to Staff. Because I came there, even though they was losing, because now they was losing when I came there, they gave me a little standing ovation when I came there. You know, I did a lot for the city as well, but shit, not close to Staff, so I expected him at least. I know they was losing when I came there that time, but now that they win, they want to get up and get like that on that man. And he the one brought y'all back a little bit from 0-16, and he all that. He's a tough dude too. Yeah. Now he take a lot of hits and came back and broken ribs, winning games for him, and all that kind of crazy shit. And to do stuff like that's kind of bad. I don't like that. And yeah, Detroit, man. I know I might probably lose some fan base over there, but it's all right. But for my dog Staff, that's kind of bad. Though,
do they go to the title game? Do you think?
I want them to go for the city, you know, for the city. Really not for the city. I'm lying. For the players. I lied. The players being amazing. I lied. For the players. For them players doing an amazing job. I love what they're doing. I love what the coaches over there doing, man. They're believing in them, you know, believing in their coaching staff over there. So I love it for the players. I love for the players to get the dub.
Slay, I love you. I love you, bro. I love you for sure. You're one of my favorite players. You're one of my favorite Lions to watch. But it's the playoffs, man. It's the playoffs. I don't give a shit about what you did for this city that week. I don't give a shit about what you did for this team that week. He's coming back next year. They'll give him the tribute. They'll give him the videos. They'll give him a standing ovation. It's the playoffs. And he is trying to keep you from advancing in the playoffs. He was enemy number 1, and now he is on vacation with his awful wife and beautiful children. Like, he can go do that now and have a good time. But when you're in here, when you're between these lines, when you step on this field, during the playoffs, I don't remember you wearing that Honolulu blue. All I see is you wearing those other colors, and that means you're the enemy.
That's facts. And I had a text exchange with Slay. I want to get him on the show to talk it out because, like, Probably, like as you said, it's the playoffs.
Yeah, means more.
But I realized, and kudos to Darius Slay too. He's always been like, this guy gave me an interview like when I was in my basement. So to give it, like, put it in context, he's just a real one. Like Slay's just a real one. Obviously, he's a close personal relationship with Matthew Stafford. Played for him a long time. You know, we as fans hurt from those losses that the Detroit Lions suffered, but they were like literally part of the losses. Like, they were like literally in the game, in the trenches, suffering from those losses. And he's just riding for his brother at the end of the day. That's what it was. I don't think it's anything personal against Detroit. I don't want it to get twisted into anything like that because Darius Slay, much like Matthew Stafford, has done a lot for the city of Detroit. They weren't just here in the jersey doing nothing. Darius Slay was out there building parks. He did so actually with our Chad Johnson. They built a couple parks for a couple schools out in Detroit too. So I don't want Darius Slay to get mixed into this and anything to get ugly like that either because at the end of the day he's just riding for his boy. Yeah, and that's all it is.
I mean, yeah, you feel that. These are guys who shared the team together. These are guys who played together, kind of came in around the same time where the Lions were coming from nothing, where they were coming from 0-16, where they're coming from this terrible, terrible regime, and built it up. Got to the playoffs a couple times, were contenders, but you should know, Slay, man, you've been in Philly for a couple years now. Come on. You know how the fans work. And Lions fans are not as bad as Philly fans. But Lions fans, they ride. They ride for the guys, man. And Stafford's not one of our guys anymore.
No mas.
So if it's the regular season, fine. Give him a standing O. Like I said, that's cool. He deserves it. But in the playoffs, I don't care what you did. It's what you're doing, where you're at now. Because everything's on the line in the playoffs. And it only matters what jersey you have on right now.
Yep.
Like, if Calvin Johnson was on that Rams team, I'd be booing him too.
Bro, when Stafford went to dap up Calvin Johnson, Calvin
said, I need a couple of them things.
Give me two of them tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not talking touchdowns.
Exactly, man.
You know what I'm saying? We had Glover Quinn on the show, another teammate of Matthew Stafford. Rooting for the Detroit Lions. Golden Tate was there. Calvin Johnson was there. Stephen Tolk was there. All former teammates of Matthew Stafford. Levy, guess who they're rooting for?
I haven't seen Levy in a minute.
They're rooting for the Detroit Lions tonight. It is what it is. I mean, again, Slice is riding with this boy. I tried to get him on the show to discuss it, but I don't think that's working out. You Lions fans are pissing everybody off lately.
Lions fans are pissing everybody. It's all right.
To be fair, though,
Detroit versus everybody.
The Rams and the Vikings, like we didn't know to piss you off. You guys are just like the softest fan bases. Yeah. By the way, too, speaking of like Lions fan base versus other fan bases, I'm gonna be on a podcast tonight. The Loose Cannons, Tampa Bay Buccaneers podcast. They're already talking shit, bro.
Yeah.
Already talking shit. I don't know if it's because they know they're gonna lose, but if you guys want, I need you guys to ride in that chat with me and go to war. Fuck these Bucs fans.
Yes.
What do you think it is with the issue and the media narratives that are coming out about the Lions fans? Is it just that we're new here, like, and I mean new as into like the national spotlight, Lions fans, and now people are just kind of harass us because we just got there rather than like a reputation? Is that what it is? Because that's the only thing that makes sense is that you haven't, the national media hasn't been dealing with Lions fans for years. Now Lions fans are here, and now because it's new, it's different. It's something that they don't like. Well, I feel like that's what it is.
It's not even like media really. It's just the fan bases, and then you look at the track record of these fan bases. Okay, Rams, Vikings. What happened with both the Rams and the Vikings and the Lions this year? They got beat.
Yes,
they got beat. They're just sorry ass, loser ass fans. Like the Vikings, they're I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't really look at them as whiny. Maybe no, fuck them. They're whiny bitches too. But the Rams are like like it's football. It's crazy. It's mind blowing to be honest with you guys. But
they don't know. Like I said,
is this what it's like to be a part of a winning team?
This is.
Is this what's going to happen every week?
This is what's going to happen every week. You're going to have these fans being bitches because they got clapped. Because your team got that ass clapped by the Detroit Lions. And sorry, I'm not sorry. Suck a dick, Rams fans. You guys suck. I used to like feel for the Rams fans. Like, all right, I like LA, I like California, I like Stafford, I like Jalen Ramsey, I like Aaron Donald, Sean McVay. He's a good coach. Now I don't give a shit. Fuck the Rams. I hope you guys don't win another playoff game for the rest of your lives.
Yeah. Now, honestly, did you watch the mic'd up the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, because you posted the video.
Oh yeah, I was laying in bed last night watching it until like 1 a.m.
hard, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, that shit was lit.
Full mast.
That shit was lit. And now that the Stafford stuff is over, I've already said he balled out like playing, but like then you got to see like the extra hits afterward. Hey, tons of respect to Matthew Stafford. In that one.
Yeah.
Dude was taking shots.
He was getting lit up,
right back up, going woo.
He was getting lit up.
Damn.
That's how Stafford's always been.
Yeah.
Stafford's always been a warrior.
Yeah.
He always takes his legs, gets up, talks shit.
I'm gonna have an edit come out either tonight or tomorrow. because it was after Stafford got hit, he got up and he wooed towards like Aiden Hutchinson's vicinity.
Yeah.
And then after that, on the mic'd up at least,
Hutch
started ripping him.
Yeah. I love that shit, man. I love that.
I love that shit too. When we get back, I think we'll be joined by G-Mac Cash. If you guys don't know, the Lions won a game. He'll be joining us. We're talking more Detroit Lions talk, but not before Chris tells us about Woodward Sports merch.
Yes, Woodward Sports merch gets you the latest and best merch. Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables. New design, amazing appeal, and the ultimate swag. You can check them out at Woodward Sports and get the latest gear by clicking the shop tab. I'm talking hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com. Hit the shop tab.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
RIP to the same old Lions. Big thanks to Sheila, Brad, and Dan for putting them to rest. And guess what else has found its grave? Same old rock, paper, scissors. Jack Labradors revolutionized that tired old game with 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. Discover the action at jacklabrador.gg now and find out why once you go Jack, you never go back.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Smooth Rats.
What up, though?
Young Chris JB Smooth, and we are joined by a special guest in the building, Detroit rap artist and fellow Detroit Lions fan, the maker of the Lions won again, and the Lions won again. G-Mac Cash in the building. What up, though, man?
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, man? Appreciate you joining us, man. And I just want to ask, you know, when you made this song, did you know it was going to be an anthem like this? Because now every time they win the game, you hear it, everybody's playing it, they're playing it on the streets. Man. It's awesome, man. How does that make you feel?
Man, I feel good about it. I didn't know at the time. At the time, I was just a huge Lions fan. I'm like, I'm tired of them losing. So I just wanted to do something to, like, even create a little spark. And it turned out to be fire.
Yeah, they've been winning ever since it came out.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. And I called the playoffs. I called the Super Bowl, all during the losing season.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you feel like you got some sorcery in it, you know, to help.
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. I feel like that. I just don't like a lot of other people getting more credit than I'm getting, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like who? You gotta say names. Yeah.
See, I gotta say.
Never mind.
I feel like I should have performed Thanksgiving instead of Jack Harlow.
Facts.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's facts.
Facts. Somebody in Detroit.
Man, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of. I should be performing. We should be.
I agree.
Because after every game, this is like the most streamed song after every Lions game.
I swear.
Every Lions win, this is the most streamed.
Fans would go crazy if you walked out and started performing that.
I guarantee it.
Being that you have these like magical powers, you need to write something about that defense, man.
Oh, man. We got to step it up, man.
You know
James Houston's coming back. Houston's coming back officially, so that'll happen. How did you feel about, you know, you've been a Lions fan, obviously, your whole life.
Life, for real.
Your whole life. How did you feel about the Stafford situation? Him getting booed, coming in here, looked pretty damn good, but the Lions got the win.
It's Detroit, but we didn't have to boo him. Stafford did play his heart out, played the best he could all the years, but we didn't have to boo him. But we got golf now, so it's in the past now. But shout out to Stafford. He got his ring. He told golf, go ahead, win it all, man.
Hell yeah.
Facts. What was your reaction to that win? Like, what would you do? Would you celebrate?
Oh, we celebrate.
Did you cry? Real talk, did you cry?
No, I haven't cried. I cry when we win the Super Bowl.
Facts.
I'll save my tears for that. But, yeah, the game was good, man. It wasn't a lot of defense, but offensively, it was a good game. Golf played good. St. Brown played great. Gibbs, Montgomery. It was a good game, man. It had me on my toes the whole game. It wasn't the point I sat down. I standing up and watched the game the whole time.
Man, we have watch parties here every Sunday.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the first half of nobody. I went in the back. We have like a whole nother studio in the back. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't watch the first half?
No, I watched it, but I was by myself because I'm like you. I get like antsy. I don't like. And like we're streaming live. I don't want people to see me go crazy. Like,
Oh y'all streaming? Yeah. I'm gonna be yelling. I'm gonna be yelling.
Yeah. Saying some crazy things too, man.
Man, you ain't the only one.
Hey, who's your favorite line on the team right now?
St. Brown.
Hell yeah. That's mine too.
And Gibbs, but I mean you got to go to quarterback. I just wanted to say somebody else. But, Jared Goff's playing amazing, man. I doubted him when he came here, like everybody else.
Yep.
But he proving everybody wrong, and he got to support.
Hell yeah, I love it. I love seeing it happen. I love seeing what Jared Goff's doing. Do you really think, like, it's crazy to think, like, they are one win away from the NFC Championship game. We've never experienced this in our lives as Lions fans.
It's wild to hear that shit out loud right now, if I'm being honest with you.
One win away from a team we already beat, 20-6 this year.
We already beat them. That's why I said, hey, let's do it again. So walk in the park. What's nice comes twice.
Hell yeah.
You feel me?
What is your prediction for the game this Sunday?
30-32 Lions.
Let's go.
I like it.
That's a close one.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
They played good against. Man, they whooped Philly. Woo.
Yeah, they did.
I couldn't even watch that game. I said, man, Hurts. Man, that defense was so good. Hurts had 2 seconds to get the ball off every play. I said, man, he don't get a chance to throw the. He ain't have a chance to do nothing.
Is there a diss song call me if they lose?
I wouldn't diss the Lions. I probably diss Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I probably diss them. Yeah.
All those old ass people in Florida, bro, they don't even know how to celebrate.
We gotta. They had their chance with Brady.
Exactly.
They ain't even do nothing. But we gotta. That's gonna be a walk in the park, I think, though.
I do too. And we talked about this on the intro. A fellow rapper, Kanye West. He's known for doing some wild shit. Chris, can you put the picture up? So apparently he got all of his teeth removed and replaced with titanium dentures. Which I don't know if you can see. There's a picture up there, but they're reportedly more expensive than diamonds. How do you feel? How do you feel about this move from Kanye?
It's just like, why? Like, what was wrong with his teeth? I never known him to be wrong with his teeth to do that.
I just think it's Kanye being Kanye.
Titanium, wow.
I heard you about to play Blade. He's about to be the next Blade.
Blade's from Detroit.
He said he don't want a grill.
Is he really?
Blade is from Detroit.
Is Blade from Detroit?
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
No, like Blade, the character.
Yeah.
Oh,
is from Detroit.
With Marvel, yeah.
I did not know
that. So
it's
Spawn.
It's based in Detroit.
Yeah.
Bro, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Hell yeah.
So the Underground Blood Club, that's somewhere in Detroit somewhere?
Yeah.
That's one of the motorcycle clubs. Yeah.
Hey, man, speaking of movies, man, how you doing acting now?
Yeah. I've done 3 movies last year. This year. I'm in the TV series, one of the #1 Detroit TV series. It's called The Dirty D. I started as a character named Ice. And I also done 3 movies, one called Sloppy Seconds, one called Bound by Blood, and I also got another one dropping called Nothing to Lose, and they're all on Tubi and Peacock.
Which one was your favorite? And did you feel yourself like progressing with each project, like getting better?
The Dirty D, I love it because I get it's like the #1 show on Tubi, #1 television series.
Hell yeah.
So it just feels good to be getting recognized for something else other than G-Mac. So they don't even know me as G-Mac in the acting world. They call me Ice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it feels good. Plus the ladies love him, so the ladies love the character, so it's all good.
Who is the character? Who is Ice in the series?
He's a club owner, strip club owner. He's like a boss.
My kind of guy.
Yeah. Strip club owner. Yeah. All the dance, mess with all his dancers and stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of the club, speaking of the city, we were talking about it a little bit before we went live. If the Lions do win this week it's not going to be 1 a.m. already after they win. It's going to be in the middle of the day.
Yep.
Where are we going to find G-Mac in the city? Are you going to be at the club? You're going to be going crazy?
Man, I don't even know where I would be. I don't know.
The boys
I'll
might
probably
be
legends. Somewhere shooting a video somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Shooting whatever new song I'm dropping.
Yeah, because when you dropped Lions 1 again, that was with the quickness. Was that a freestyle? Like,
I don't even remember. Yeah, they usually are freestyle, but I watch the game, so all the notes will already be in my head of what's going on, so it'd just be easy to put them on a track.
That's what's up, man. And speaking of you rap, you got a new mixtape coming out, Made in Detroit 2.
Yep. It already dropped. It dropped in December 9th,
man.
Right? Yep, December 9th. Yep. Man, great piece of work. Got to get back to the videos after this Lions run.
Hell yeah.
Got to get back to promoting and doing more videos. I just been on this Lions and acting right now.
Yes, speaking of videos, that's how I ended up hitting you up. Is I saw a video going out with a Detroit girl, a reel you did on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm getting back into my skits and everything too, man. A lot of people missed them, so I'm back on
people love that, man. People love that.
People like to laugh, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I think that's what makes us, I guess, thrive as a sports show, because we got that. That's what differentiates us from like the normal, like, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Detroit Lions, like, it's just, we have that type, you know?
Yeah, I love the setup here too, man. It's amazing.
Nice
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Chris, this is actually his podcast. He's got a hip hop podcast. He got a question he wanted to ask you too.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm sticking with the goofy shit. It's not on the hip hop shit, but
okay.
You know, one of your other songs I love very much, John Morant.
I mean,
you know, I know you're always looking for the moment. You know, you have that with the Lions win. You have that with John Morant. You ain't drop a song for no Josh Giddey. You ain't drop a song.
Oh man. That's a sensitive topic. Yeah, that's too sensitive right there.
Oh man,
it would have been a good one though, but you know, comedy it's so sensitive in the world now. Yeah. You can't be as funny as you want to be, but probably in the early 2000s, I probably would have been.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
My favorite comedian, Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Love
Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bernie Mac, speaking of comedians, I know you saw the Cat
Williams.
I know you saw Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay. Like, what was your response to all that? Him just airing the dirty laundry at everybody in the game.
I was trying to figure out a way I could do a song to it.
Hell yeah.
But I waited so late. I'm like, is it too late?
Yeah.
And I always do that to myself, but it's never too late because once I do it,
it
goes right back up.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
You know, but yeah, I wish I would have did a song, but it was. I honestly like it because you know a lot of stuff need to be said and need to be addressed instead of just holding it in. Like,
hell yeah.
I think it's a lot of that in every industry with the NBA, NFL, rapping, hip hop, acting, Hollywood. It's just secrets and stuff everywhere, man, that just need to be put on the floor and brought out.
Have you ran into any of that, like in your personal
experience?
I
had people take my music, take songs, take everything, man. I've been dealing with it for years, like, you know.
And one thing Cat said on that was funny in that interview is he said one day God gonna put me and you in the hallway when he was talking about Kevin Hart. He said God gonna put me and you in the hallway one day, and I'm not running or some shit like that.
For real.
Real talk though, throwing the hands, I might take Kevin Hart.
I'll probably take Kevin.
That dude Jack.
He boxes.
Kevin is in the gym, man.
Kevin's
for real.
Jack. I don't know.
And you know, Cat got choked out by like a 12-year-old.
Oh yeah, dang. Cat been through a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
He's been around forever. I went back after watching that podcast though, and I watched like the Money Mike. He killed that role, bro.
Yeah. Plus, you know, if you got beef with Kevin Hart, you know The Rock's not too far on the corner. You gotta chill a little bit.
That's facts. Hey, well, look, let's go to a quick break. When we get back, we'll talk some more Detroit Lions, but not before I tell you guys about Mark White. Because whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, Mark White, he's got the best advantage for you. He's saving you up to $5,000 in your closing costs. And you heard that right. That's $5,000. 5 racks. It's markwhitesales.com. Or give him a call at 248-290-8242.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Dick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. Nothing. G-G-G-G-A. Oh, sorry. I forgot. There we go. Oh, cheers, buddy. I think we need to get you a pick.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm the boy Eazy, joined my guy Spimo Racks, Young Chris, JB Smooth, G-Mac Cash joining us. Special guest, Detroit rapper. Make sure you guys check him out. Also, got a couple of shows out on Tubi, also known as Ice, a.k.a. But moving into some of our topics we got going on. I don't know what it is. I'm kind of confused by it because, like, all throughout the regular season, I feel like Detroit's been getting love. Whether it's been like Dan Orlowski, whether it's been like Mina Kimes. But for some reason, once the postseason started, they switched up as soon as the postseason started. And you kind of it's like what you were just trying to get like likes, you were trying to get like followers. Like what happened? Because I think it was CBS or NBA. I don't know which. We want to pull up Chris. This from yesterday. CBS. Yeah. Well, CBS is always on some bullshit. If I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if this one was from Cody Benjamin to be specific. But what CBS did is they power ranked.
Beef with Cody Benjamin.
Oh, dude, I hate that kid. I hate that kid. His first article I've ever seen about him, he ranked Dan Campbell the 32nd worst NFL coach. Actually, I think it was 31st. What do you think he'd be today? Nowhere near that.
No.
That's just talking. I hate that shit, man.
It's top 10.
If you're gonna judge stuff like that, I like doing like the context, like the situation. Like Detroit didn't have shit going on. Like I don't know. Either way, moving on. They power ranked the remaining playoff teams. You want to throw it up here, Chris? Oh,
it's
right now?
1 second. 1 second.
Detroit was ranked below, if I'm not mistaken,
Tampa.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Here it is.
Who we'll find that one out this weekend. And also,
come on,
Green Bay. We were the second from last.
Green Bay at 5.
Green Bay 5. I mean, G-Mag, what's your reaction to that?
Man, I'll put us at 4. I'll put us over Kansas City for sure, and especially Green Bay. Yeah, that's man. we gotta win them over though. We just getting it this season, but they still ain't officially came over to the Lions side yet until we really win for real all the way.
I mean, you might as well put us last because realistically, the Texans are 8, and they've been a great story. It's like you only put the Lions ahead of them because they have a rookie quarterback. That's what the list felt like from their perspective.
I put Houston over Tampa and Green Bay as well.
Yeah,
I would probably put the Lions at 4, move Kansas City down to 5, put Houston at 6.
Yeah.
And then Green Bay and Tampa.
Bro, I don't have to find mine.
Like C.J. Stroud's a dog, man.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud, he's an absolute dog. But it's just like, okay, because here's the thing too, and I respect the Bucs. I think we're gonna win, but I respect them. I can see them as a challenging team to beat. They made the playoffs at 9-8, one game above 500.
Exactly.
The Green Bay Packers made the playoffs at 9-8, one game above 500. If I go back to the Bucs real quick, they played in the NFC South, which is the weakest division in all of football. Half the entire division finished below 500. How are they ranked above the Detroit Lions? I don't get it. And I get that they beat the Eagles. But the Eagles were dying. They lost 5 of the last 6 games heading into the playoff game.
I know
they beat themselves.
Then with the Bucs, Evans dropped with 6 passes.
Yeah. He did not even have a good game.
Man.
And we didn't have Gibbs. Montgomery went out. Branch wasn't playing. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson wasn't playing. Like, we were missing starters. Hella starters.
Key players.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think I've been saying it all week. I think the Lions win by a touchdown. And I think they move on. And I just pray to God, if Green Bay could somehow beat the 49ers and we could host the NFC Championship game in Detroit.
Here. Oh, my God. That'd be
crazy. Wild.
But Green Bay, they've been playing good these days. But San Fran is tough.
Yeah.
San Fran is tough.
That's another piece I listed on, like San Fran being number 1. They played the Ravens and got their asses whooped.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that was in San Fran, too.
Yeah.
I don't think, this list is crazy to me.
I think we're going to do good. It's going to be hard that energy we're going to have in the building this Sunday, man.
Look, I'm just now getting my voice back.
Goff said that was the best environment he's ever played in. We saw them have to burn timeouts. Like, Lions fans ride out, man.
How you feel about those ticket prices?
That shit's wild. Taylor
Swift. I was just going to catch the next one. I'm like, all right, I'll catch the next one.
That's what I said.
Now the next one, double the price. I was like, oh, man, come on, man.
Made no sense. Yeah. I thought it was because it was a night game, because Matthew Stafford, the first home playoff game. I'm like, this is why the tickets are so high. Like, it's going to go down next week, and I'll get to go. No. They doubled. It makes 0 sense.
Standing room, what, $400-$500 to stand the whole game.
It is crazy. I saw the lowest price for a lower bowl ticket, I think, was like $1,100.
Man.
Jesus.
I remember going for free.
For real? They were giving out
last
tickets.
Season. Like, come on, show up.
Did the team hook you up with those ones?
Yeah.
I see you got to slide on them again.
They sent me I got a record player from them, a Detroit Lions record player.
That's dope.
Plays the theme song.
No way.
Lions ones, yeah.
Like with the album?
You got to get yours on vinyl. You got to get Lions Win Again on vinyl so you can play it.
I can send it. Yeah, I'm going to show y'all. You got G-Mac Cash on it and everything.
Hell yeah.
That's hard.
So they did give me some, you know.
All right, I have this theory, though, with the ticket prices going up.
Jack Harlow at halftime.
Is there? Yeah, he disappointed.
In an igloo? In an igloo or whatever?
Terrible ass set, bro.
Bro, when he started hitting his own ad-libs, that shit was crazy.
That was the worst
I was like, what the fuck?
That had to be the worst performance if I ever seen.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like it's the second year in a row they kind of like hold the halftime performer because they didn't give like the acoustics throughout the.
Yeah, who was it last year?
I guess the mic was only hooked up to the TV or whatever instead of like the entire stadium.
Yeah. Who was it last year?
Remember they put Big Sean like the corner that one year too.
Oh yeah.
Or no, it was that girl. It wasn't Big Sean.
Oh, yeah.
No, they did Big Sean like that too actually.
But I forget who that girl was. Who was that girl?
It was
last year?
some known that she was thick though. I know.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
All right, I got this theory though with the ticket prices going up. You think it's gonna be just as loud in there? If it's gonna be like too many like snooty like rich people?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
I think so. It was the same people last week.
Man, I get some loud broke people in there. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're the loudest, bro. If I'm being honest with you.
That is fair.
I mean, but also on the other hand, if you're paying all that money for a ticket, you might scream and. You know?
Well, that's why if any of the rich people are listening, exactly what Chris said. If you're paying that much damn money, make sure it's worth it. You know,
because they went up. They went up like 4,000 on the season ticket.
That's crazy.
So
man.
It's like unfair to the people that's been Lions fans for 10+ years and they've been buying season tickets every year. And now that we get a winning season, they got to pay an extra $4,000 to keep their tickets. Because if you don't pay it, it's 1,000 people in line waiting on season tickets.
I saw somebody tweet there like Ford family's been waiting since 1957 to charge these prices.
Man,
they've been waiting to get on.
Man, waiting.
That shit's crazy.
But they say it
costs more than a Model T. That's for sure.
They said that was the most watched game. What was it? 20 million
since the Super Bowl.
Man.
Most watched television program since the Super Bowl.
At Ford Field.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching the mic'd up, and it felt like a movie. The whole experience, Elizabeth Stafford coming back, nighttime.
That's why we lost to the
crowd was
Cowboys.
rocking. They were cheering on Jared Goff. It was crazy. 1 point score game too. It was like a movie. It's crazy.
That's literally why we lost to the Cowboys. That stat right there. That is the most watched game, most watched event on TV since the Super Bowl. Is why they made us lose to the
Dallas.
Cowboys.
That's what they get, man.
Yeah.
I love that one.
How about them Cowboys?
And they tried calling themselves the D too.
Oh, bro.
When I heard that shit on the radio one time, I was like, wait, what?
They breaking all that up. They about to get Dak out of there.
Yeah, man.
They said they're keeping McCarthy, which I don't know.
Good.
Good. Like, fuck Dallas. But you can't keep that, man. Like, you kidding me?
I was like breaking all up.
Yeah, me too.
JB, you about to say something about the tickets?
No, I was about to say something about the halftime performer. It was BB Wrexham.
BB Wrexham.
Yeah.
She had them Wrexham. I can confirm.
I'm about to try to find her Instagram.
Hey, man.
Wrexham and the back, someone there.
Wrexham in the back. Hey, Chris trying to put, you see, feature him in the next song. He's rapping.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Hey, man,
we can shoot the next Lions video on here. We can make
swear,
it like
man.
we had a podcast, but
Hell
it's really
yeah.
a music video.
Bro, I would be so down. We got the helmets. We got some more stuff in the back.
I'm spitting on the intro for our show.
Put the logo in the back.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
on the screen? Yeah, hey, I'm down. 100%
For
down.
sure can do that.
So I'm actually going to the studio tonight. I got a studio set.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
recording a new Lions song. So
Okay,
hell yeah.
Playoff one, Super Bowl one?
we might do it in here. I'm gonna holler at y'all if we do it in here, and we'll drop it on game day.
Hell yeah.
I'm so
Hell
down.
yeah.
That'd be dope.
I'm so down. We'll get Braylon in there too.
With the blue drink.
Hey. Oh, damn. Hey, we gotta get Booter in there.
Booty, yeah.
You ever see his videos?
No, I ain't seen it.
Oh man, I wish I had one for you, man. The fucking
Our guy Booner pours a jug of Kool-Aid. He chugs the Kool-Aid after every win. He's done it after every single win.
Oh,
right
wow.
out on Woodward. Ross St. Brown posted one of them. Dan Campbell showed one to Brad
I haven't
Holmes.
seen it yet.
Yeah.
So
initially,
I'm gonna check it out.
he's supposed to feel try to drink it, but it's a whole
It's a big ass.
it's a whole
thing.
picture of Kool-Aid. Ends up like waterboarding himself.
Man.
So when he gets done, he's like,
It's so funny.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure.
And the last game he did it, it was like 2 degrees outside. And he's sitting out there, he's like, bro, I think I'm going into shock. I was like, yeah, bro, it's cold as shit.
hey man, before we let you get going, shout out all your projects, shout out your social medias, where people can find you and all the stuff you got going on.
Well, I'm G-Mac Cash, Detroit rapper, Detroit actor, Detroit entertainer, social media influencer. You can follow me on everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at G-Mac Cash. That's GMACCASH. Also featured in a lot of movies on Tubi. One is Sloppy Seconds. One of the most talked about movies on Tubi, Bound by Blood, and then I have one on the way this year called Nothing to Lose. I'm also featured in #1 hit TV series on Tubi, and that's The Dirty D. I started in season 2 as Ice, and we're on our way to film season 3 this year.
Hell yeah.
G-Mac, man, appreciate
you
by.
coming through, bro.
I can't wait to make this video.
We
for sure hit
definitely
us
gotta
up.
do a
We're
video.
definitely
I'm
gonna do
down.
it here.
Yeah. Hey, whenever, man.
And you see the way James Girl's walking through.
Hey,
we
I
need a couple of them in here too.
Let's do it, man.
Appreciate you so much,
I
man.
appreciate y'all.
Let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and they'll stay on the phone as long as needed. Of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay up.
That's 1-800.
Stay up.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Right now, Dispo Dispensary is giving away Super Bowl.
Nope.
Super
tickets to the big game.
Tickets to the big game. Make sure you guys check it out. I don't know how to play that because we're internet is radio. Nonetheless, the big game, you know what I mean. That includes flight. That includes hotel. The tickets on top of that, and they're not no, sleazy tickets either. They're the Dispo tickets. Okay, Dispo's doing it big. If you saw the first Cannabis Mall in Michigan, they do everything big. That's Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, and get it delivered to your door with Dispo Dash. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Rex, Young Chris, JB Smooth. We just had G-Mac Cash in the building, and coming up next, we have none other than the legendary Herman Moore. This is like the first time we get talked. No, we talked to him after the playoff win? I don't think so.
No.
What up, Herb?
Hey, what's good?
What's up, man? I appreciate you being patient with us. Apologize about the technical difficulties, but how you been, man? The Lions won a game.
The Lions won a playoff game. First time in my life.
My voice is just now coming back.
You know what? I don't know what to say, man. This is a magical season, and if you look at what's happening with this team and what's happening with the organization, fan base, it's just football's become it, right? It's become the gym. It's become no longer the laughing stock. It's risen from the dead. That it seemed like it had disappeared for a little bit, but we always knew that if this team starts to win, if the organization starts to put together a championship caliber team, how the fan base in not just the city of Detroit, but state of Michigan, your Lion Nation fans all around the country, all around the world. I mean, they're tuning in, man. We're getting people calling in to some of the things that we're doing. They're calling as far as the UK. They're calling from out of the country. And wanting to give and chime in on what's going on with the Lions. So this is a great time, man, to be a Lions fan.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And that was the first playoff game hosted in Ford Field ever. And now we have back-to-back home playoff games for the first time since I couldn't even tell you when. How much do you think that means for the city to be able to go out there and do it again against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I mean, it means everything, because it's not only is it going against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a team that the Lions not only have already beat and beat handedly, 20-6 the first time they played, but they have a chance now to play them at home, which only occurred back in the day when we were in the NFC Central, when we used to play those 2 games before they left and went into the NFC South. So with that being said, the Lions have an opportunity to do something that is now, if they win this game, they go to the NFC Division Championship game, which is where the last time we were there in 1991 when we faced Washington on the road, and they eventually became the Super Bowl champions. The Lions may have an opportunity, depending on what happens the game before, they may be hosting, if they win on Sunday, the division championship game at home. 3 straight home games, and they weren't the number 1 seed in a path to the Super Bowl. How can you write that up? How can you get there other than just you let it play out, and that's why you play the games?
Again, I said this earlier this week. I feel dirty that I'm going to be rooting for the Packers again. I got to root for the Packers again. Like, I don't want to do that, but hosting the NFC Championship game will be different.
Yeah, you know what? You're gonna have to root dirty. You're gonna have to get down and dirty. You're gonna have to get nasty and funky. Whatever you got to do, man. It's got to happen because I'm gonna tell you what. I said this before, man. I said, listen. They say, well, how are they going to control the city if the Lions not only host the championship in NFC Championship game, but what if they win it? I said, well, if that's the case, one, we want the DPS to be in the building. They've been putting in work. They've been keeping the people safe. They've been doing what they need to do down in the city. So you got to let them in the game. We got to bring in the military. We got to bring in our taxpayer dollars to do something else. Let these people come in and enjoy it. Let the city, let the state, let everyone enjoy what's happening, man. And a lot of people will look at it and say, well, there's other teams, right? We know the other teams have had their championships. They may not have been of late. They may not have been recently. But when you look at of the franchises, of the teams that we've had, the one that we've been waiting and people have been really looking to say, when are they going to take that next step? When are they going to become a team that, the fans not only can get behind, but they can cheer and actually be hopeful that this team goes all the way to the Super Bowl, not just the playoffs, but making it to the Super Bowl. And that's what we have. That is actually a reality.
It's crazy.
It is wild.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're talking about. And listen, we're not being fictitious. We're not sitting here making this up. We're not sitting here going, well, if this and if that and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, a couple, but we only need 1-2 things to happen.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Jordan Love, the way he's been playing too, man, I feel like it's possible. I really do.
I think people forget how good the 49ers are, though, because we haven't seen them play in a week. Like, I love the story of the Packers beating them so we could get them, but the 49ers are a different beast.
Hey, we watched them lose some
Vikings. Why you got to come in and bring that?
I'm sorry.
Ruin the party, man. Why you got to come in ruining the party? We're trying. Come on. Come on. The 49ers, we know. Okay, they're in mainly, they got, I think, 3 of their categories are in the top 5, and they're in major rankings, and then they're a top 10 every category type team. They got the defense, they got the offense, they're scoring, they got the defense, they got the run defense, they got the stop. Okay, beautiful. Let's just hope they're not that if our Lions have to play them.
It's fair.
That's all I'm saying, Spence. Come on, man. Just
any given Sunday. I love it.
Any given Sunday.
Being a shitty fan.
I'm all right.
You hurt my heart.
I'm sorry.
How you gonna sit here and hurt me like this, man? I come on here and I'm trying to show our brotherly love. We're trying to show some love to the fans of the nation, man. Get about San Fran right now.
I'm sorry. No, it's about the Lions. It's about the Lions.
Let me have my fun.
And it's about Tampa Bay because we are playing Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And the Lions had a great receiver duo they went against versus the Rams with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. They got another great receiver duo coming in with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. How do those guys differ? Like, how different is it for the Lions to try to take on Mike Evans and Chris Godwin compared to Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua?
But then when you look at Godwin and you look at Evans, what you have are 2 guys that have played together for a while. And regardless of the interchange of quarterback that has occurred down in Tampa Bay, these have been consistent players. So they show you that it's not about the quarterback. It's just a matter, if that quarterback can deliver passes their way, they're going to make plays. You got both receivers over 1,000 yards. You have these guys, obviously Mike Evans been a beast with 13 touchdowns, but when you factor this all together, I mean, these are 2 guys that can tear up a defense, and they can definitely hurt a secondary that can't play man-to-man or match up. And if the quarterback has opportunity, you get Mayfield, and he's able to run, or he's able to escape and create extra time. And I want you guys to pay attention to this, because one thing that I look at when I'm looking at film and I'm watching this, the more a quarterback has the ability to extend the pocket or extend time for the receivers to run, it's creating all kind of issues in the secondary, whether it's a guy getting free for a deep pass or whether it's creating a pass interference or some type of a big play opportunity for the offense. And that's not just for the Lions. I don't want to make it seem like they're the anomaly, but that's going to happen. And we've seen quarterbacks that won't sit in the pocket, and they have that tendency to get outside of it or take off. It creates problems. So while I'm not necessarily scared or worried about him as a passer, it is about his ability to make the secondary option work or make the secondary part of that play work because he extends it.
Hey, I was nervous to begin the week, but as the week came on, I'm feeling pretty good about our Lions, man. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
especially
I am as well.
Healthy. Yeah, man. I gotta ask you though, the Rams fans, and I don't know if this is like us being acquainted with like finally like winning games and being in the playoffs, but Kirby Jones being called a dirty player for the hit that ended up injuring Tyler Higbee's ACL. As a former player yourself, and you know how they changed the rules in the game, what was your take on that? Is clean hit or what?
It's one of those hits, man, where I will have to admit, when a person goes low on you, we talk about protecting the defensive back on a crackback block. To me, that's just the same thing, because that's something you can't protect against. You can't protect against a defensive back that decides to go low, whatever receiver decides to go. And, at one point we could kind of do that lunge block where we take out the legs for the defensive backs. Well, they stopped that because we were injuring defensive backs. Defensive backs were getting messed up. And that is a dangerous play. To me, that's just as dangerous as when you go up and you're trying to hit a guy, up in their head, or the helmet-to-helmet type collision. So I think that definitely is something that they have to look at. I don't think that's intentional by all the defensive backs, but it is something I think when you see a bigger player coming and you're a smaller player, the tendency is to take their legs out and to go low. And that's definitely not something that, we look at our defensive player and go, well, I don't see anything wrong. I think that shouldn't be a problem. Well, flip the script and let that happen to one of your players. You're going to understand the significance and the magnitude of why that's something that really needs to be reviewed and looked at through the NFL's committee.
Do you think they change the rule where they just let them hit high again, or just, I don't even know the solution, man. Really.
Well, I don't think you have to let them hit high. You just got to make the tackle. Making it to where they really go back and look at some of the rules that are there that they put into play. They've had an opportunity. They've had years on some of these rules to really evaluate. They have a lot of footage. They have a lot of analytics to determine whether or not they've actually made it safer. It's gotten worse. And I think in certain instances, when you look at players who are trying to avoid certain collisions because they're trying to play by a rule and it's not natural in terms of the way they try and tackle, a lot of defensive players were getting hurt. Then you see the offensive players who go out and they're doing certain things and they're trying to protect themselves, or a running back that, they have to run the ball a certain way. I think also they can get called with lowering their head or doing some things. So the rules have changed to where it's beyond just, caring for yourself and playing the sport. There's so many things you have to be conscious of, and these aren't small penalties, right? Let's remind everyone, these are 10 and 15-yard plus penalties that can change the outcome of a football game because a guy did something innocent and not really doing it with negative intention. So rules will always have to be evaluated. Player safety is always top of mind, but also the integrity of the game itself has inherent risk. And we know that as players, and we know that there's an opportunity for us to engage in that in a smart way as well.
Definitely. I just don't – the NFL, they haven't fined him for it. It's how they asked him to hit. So I think they got to step in and do something like you said. If they want to see this stop, they're going to have to make a rule change to try to avoid it going forward. But you spoke earlier about Baker Mayfield, getting out there, kind of buying time for these guys, for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin to get downfield and make some plays. He might not have as much time as he would have in the past because the problem, James Houston has officially been activated to the active roster, and he's going to be ready to go versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How important is that for this Lions defense to bring in another guy that we know is a pass rush specialist?
Oh, yeah. When you can bring in multiple guys, you no longer are depending on when teams look to overplay one side or they bring out a running back to an Aiden Hutchinson side and they have to chip. Well, now when you have two rushers and you have people that are pushing on the middle a little bit, and we've seen some pressure by this team up front. And with Mayfield, he's not the tallest of quarterbacks, so that makes it difficult if he can't slide right or left, or if he can't set deep enough in the pocket and you're forcing him to step up. There's someone in his face most of the time where he's having to look and throw higher passes to get it downfield. So I think this is a tremendous piece for the Lions. I think this is going to be you're going against a number 20, I think the 23rd ranked offense. This is just not a team that has a lot of room for error, being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to where they're going to have to make everything count. And the Lions are playing at home. There's so many things in their favor. This is a game that I'd be really surprised if the Lions don't win. And I don't think it necessarily is going to be just a go through this team and they just steamroll them. But I just don't think they should struggle with this team, and after what they did down in Clearwater, down in Tampa.
And then I want to ask you this, because nationally during the regular season, we kind of talking about this with G-Met Cash. I feel like Detroit Lions were getting love. And the postseason came, and I just feel like there's a whole bunch of disrespect. I mean, CBS put out power rankings of playoff teams. The Detroit Lions were second from last. That means that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Green Bay Packers were both ranked over them. And then our guy, Dan Orlowski, who's usually riding for us, he made a list this morning of the top 5 scariest quarterbacks left in the playoffs right now. Jared Goff wasn't on there. They had Jordan Love. They had Baker. I guess what do you make of some of the? I guess we'll start with Dan Orlowski's list. How do you feel about that? Is it fair or what are we doing?
Well, it depends on how he defines scariest quarterbacks. Right, I have a lot of respect for Dan. You look at what he's done post-career and the way he's been able to really go into being an analyst. You start looking at that too often sometimes, and it's not that he hasn't looked at the film, but you got to look at what those players mean to the team. I think there's a Baker Mayfield. I don't have a problem with you saying that. Okay, his team is here, right? They're in the playoffs. They're playing the Lions. They're in the same position that the Lions are in terms of where they are in their playoff run. But I think that you can plug and play him a little bit differently than you would a Jared Goff. And I think what Jared Goff means to the Lions is a little bit different. And I think how he elevates this team. And if you were to swap the two, I don't think you get the same production. I think one will still excel and do better than the other. And he could not like that. I mean, that's not a knock on Baker Mayfield because he's not the one who puts out the ranking. But I think Jared Goff, people just really haven't given him his due for this year. Regardless of last year, every year is anew, and you can't keep players locked in where they are. We're awarding them, and we're talking about them based on their play. Look at what was going on in Cleveland. We didn't think with Joe that he was going to be able to go out there and set those guys on fire, but he did. But then when it came time to put it down, he kind of shut down on them. But on this one, Jared Goff's been solid all year. Yeah, he has struggles under pressure. But I think when you look at what he's done and how he's managed to get this team to corral around him, I don't think that same trust and belief is there in Tampa. I could be wrong. I'm not there, but that's just my opinion.
And in that first game, in that first playoff game, the Lions were going crazy. The fans were going crazy. They set a record for indoor stadium decibel level. Yeah. Jared Goff said it was the best home environment he's ever played in.
And he used to play in Seattle.
And when we talked about this with you, you talked about that Silverdome environment and how you wanted that same energy, that same Silverdome energy. Did they answer that prayer? Did they live up to the expectations?
I think the younger Detroit Lion fan base gave it their Detroit Lion best. But there will never be another Silverdome unless you're going to put 90,000 crazy people and fans that are just they have no holdback when it comes to the Lions. That may still be a little bit of a challenge. I think the noise level still was a little louder at the Silverdome. And a lot of people want to question that. Then we don't have a way to prove it because you have to be in the Silverdome and you'd have to be back there. So I can say that and get away with it. But no, Ford Field was the loudest it's ever been. I think I was there for a Super Bowl when it was there, and the Super Bowl wasn't even that loud. When I think it was Pittsburgh playing Seattle, this was extremely loud. It was what the environment needs to be, and in fact, to me, it was intimidating. That was an intimidating stadium for the opponent, and even Matthew Stafford, who had played here before, knew that that was a tough place to play. It was a tough place to be a signal caller. It was a tough place defensively to go against our offense, especially once they make a big play. You could feel the energy that radiated through that stadium. And it's a great opportunity for them. Now, I was on the outside listening, so I could hear
it. What do you speaking of the fans, what do you think about the ticket prices going up so damn high? I feel like, and this is me, I can be a little bit biased because I'm on one side of it, but I feel like the higher these prices go up, the lower the decibels might be, because I want those obnoxious rowdy fans, the ones that have no shame, versus like these snooty fans that can afford these prices, man. Like, what do you make of these prices going all the way up?
A bump because of the success that a team is having. And we know how that works. Demand. The demand drives the price. But I think demand's been there. We've talked about a sold-out stadium for the entire season. So this doesn't make it any different. It's just a different game. So I think the fans who've been there that supported and sold it out early should be the same ones that are given the same courtesy to be there when the team is at its apex, when it's at its zenith, and it's really rolling like it is. Because how often are they going to get an opportunity to be able to come there as season ticket holders, or those that could afford it earlier and be able to still take and enjoy the game as they were? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So, it's a little disappointing, I'm sure, for people, but in business, that's the way it works, man. The price goes up. The owners and the people that are responsible for the stadium and also the Lions on the business side, they're going to make sure that they capitalize on that. And then it is going to be for those who can't afford it, whether they've been those deep-rooted fans who could have had the same lower price tickets all year long that chose to wait and with the wait-and-see attitude. They have the ability to come in now and be their center stage for the most shining moments. So that's my thought on it. People can agree or disagree with it. It doesn't matter. But I do believe that you want the people that are most loyal to be able to enjoy the most exciting moment in potentially franchise history, as we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, especially when we've been waiting for it so damn long. And I mean, I got to confess, I flipped something for $200 last week from one buddy.
I think they're what, 1,000, 700 to 1,000 now?
Yeah, last week I had one buddy who was selling for 500, and I posted on Facebook for 7. And my buddy hit me up. He's my boy, so I gave him for 6. So I felt bad, but I was like, why not? I mean, they're willing to pay it, man. I guess
I think the lowest price of a lower bowl ticket is like $1,100. For
wow. Hey, man, if you got any tickets, man, I'll give you $50. I'll give you two. Maybe I'll go up to $250. Hey, come on, man. Do me a solid, man. Stop playing.
Speaking of business, man, you got some playoff merch. I want you to be able to push it while we got you in the program today. And anything else? You can give away some autographed balls this past weekend, too.
Oh, yeah, man. We've been hooking up the fans. I got some really cool stuff, man. I told you guys before, I'm big on memorabilia, big on collecting some things. And over the years, man, I've saved a treasure trove of things that I'm going to make sure I share and put out there for the fans to add to their collection. Really unique, one-of-a-kind, or very limited edition items. And then with the swag and all the stuff that we do, that's part of, me making sure I take care of my team, keeping them inspired, being a part of what's happening with this team, but also our sports team. I have some avid sports people as part of my program, part of my organization. And we love being creators, and we love taking these canvases we call clothes, we call blankets, we call puzzle sets, whatever. And we love putting some love and utility to it. So that's what it's about. They can check it out at HarvardMoore84.com if they want to go get the latest swag, get the latest gear. And from there, they'll be redirected to any and all the other stuff I do on multiple sites. So that's it, man. And I got some really cool stuff. And like I said, I want to continue to share some of our giveaways with your audience. They've been cool. You guys have been really cool to work with, man, and loyal with us. And we want to show that same love back. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Want the fans to keep supporting all those content creators and all the people that are doing some really good things around our sports teams.
Appreciate you, Herman.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. It's an honor to have you on.
It's an honor to have you on the show, man.
Oh, man, this has been great. Absolutely.
It's fun, man. We have to continue in other ways. But I got to ask, speaking of memorabilia, because you collect it, is there any one piece that you're just hanging on for life that is just precious to you?
A lot of people would think it would be Barry's shoes, man, and I would, but it's got to probably be I got a couple of my Pro Bowl jerseys that I was able to hold on to. You swap some things out with people in order to get their stuff, but I'll never give up those. I put them on consignment. I have a partnership with Soaring Eagle. They have one hanging in their casino as true love of our partnership and our relationship over the last 10 plus years. But outside of that, I got some really cool things that I don't mind sharing with our fans. I want to explore what they got. I'm willing to do trade and swap to fill in some of the other things that I'm trying to collect that are meaningful to myself and my collection. So yeah, man, I'm looking to stay involved and engaged with our fan base beyond sports. Sports, happens at a certain period of time of the year, but we never stop being fans, and I never stop being a player. So I'm loving what I'm doing.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome to hear, and it's so awesome to see you and Darren McCarty, like two legends of Detroit. I just see you guys living your best life, like enjoying what you do all the time.
Thanks.
It's so awesome to watch. And Herman, we appreciate you joining us as always. Before we let you go, can we get a game prediction? How you think this one's gonna go, and who do you think is gonna be the Lions MVP of this game?
You know what? I think the MVP for this game, I'm kind of torn because St. Brown has such a big game, 15 targets, 124 yards, I think 12 catches. I'm like him. Yeah, I know his stats. But he's one of those guys that made a big difference. He was making some special plays, keeping the chains moving. I think he shows out again at home. The Lions they're going to need to run the football. So I'm not surprised if all of a sudden one of the running backs takes off and does something special. But I really would like to see him have his shining moment. He's been very solid. He's been stable and always shooting for my wide out. So I'm looking for him. Can't do it without a quarterback, but I'm going to shoot for St. Brown. And from a score prediction, I'm telling you, man, I think 13, the Bucks. I think 30-32 for the Lions. And I wanted to go with a nice little weird number. Like I was going to go with like 33, 34. But I said, okay, let's shoot for like 30-32. Somewhere in that range. But I look at them winning by 2 touchdowns.
I love it. I've been saying that all week, and people have been telling me, "Oh, don't overlook the Bucks. Don't get too confident." We already whooped them in their house, missing 5 of our best players. Like, come on, you got to be a little confident. We're a good team.
Yeah, that run that they're having, I think will catch up to them on the Bucs side. Playing on the road is tough in the playoffs, and continuously having strings of wins to get all the way to the end. I don't see it. I favor the teams that play at home, that don't have to travel and have the momentum of the crowd. They just have all the boxes they can check that sometimes there are intangibles that make a difference. So, and I think the Lions, that's what they have. And they're higher ranked in pretty much all categories. So I just see this as them being the favorite, a solid favorite. And this is an opportunity for them to move on to the division championship game.
It's awesome. Herman, we appreciate you.
It's an honor, man. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. Legend. It's so awesome. And like I said, man, him and D-Mac, they're both so happy all the time. They love what they do. Like that's the goal in life, is to just be happy, love what you're doing, and just do.
Well, the cool thing, because we're going on the Tampa Bay podcast later, and I'm not going to talk the trash, but it's like to have legends like Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, Herman Moore, Darren McCarty have come here as players outside of Detroit, but then stay. It's got to mean something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Got to mean something.
I'm glad Herman's rolling with me with that big victory. I feel it in my bones. I got my score prediction already set for tomorrow.
Okay.
But let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Anyone can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. And now, let me tell you about Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference: family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new Down Home Comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The Down Home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of Down Home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Come into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. I'm gonna come. Register to win the trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Now, Bullseye.
BullseyeEventGroup.com is where you guys need to go to purchase your tickets for all you can eat, all you can drink, and a party with the boys, sponsored by Long Drink. It's BullseyeEventGroup.com. I'm telling you, if you guys are coming in from out of state, if you guys are sick of tailgating outside being cold, it is worth it. If you go to the bar, you're probably going to end up spending that much anyway, both on parking and drinks. I think it's like $100 or something a ticket, but it's all you can eat, all you can drink. It's not just like some poopy food either. It's 5-star Michelin
Such
buffet.
good food.
It is amazing food, and they have every drink you could think of. BullseyeEventGroup.com, guys. We will be there. I would love nothing more than to party with you guys again before the Detroit Lions cash in another W on their way to NFC Conference Championship.
Facts. And shout out to Gun Guy in the Woodward Sports chat. Take your pants off. Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time. Just like smashing that like button and being a friend and telling a friend, sharing the stream. I'm Eazy, Spitball Rex, Young Chris, JB Smooth. Cookie going. I'm listening.
Huh?
It's good.
No, too late.
I want to hear you freestyle.
I was singing. The fucking
know.
Tale as old as time.
I thought you were remixing it.
A song as old as rhyme.
Beauty and
yeah, I was trying to
take your pants off.
Oh,
I don't want to say easy because you're not the beauty.
I am the beauty. I got dimples and shit.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
In my ass.
Oh, bro. We should text Noah and tell him to do Herm for YouTube.
All right. Before that,
Noah.
Stop. We'll text him.
Noah.
Stop. We're doing a show.
Do Herman for YouTube.
Because we had other stuff planned to do. You want to do Brian Branch?
Brian Branch? James Houston?
Let's do the Brian Branch thing just because. Actually, just run the tape. We got the one at AG.
What's the Brian Branch thing?
Yes, we
heard this.
You about to find out right now.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to learn today.
And a few pieces, a few good guys in that game, but one in particular I wanted to ask you about was Brian Branch.
Yeah.
He's just such a versatile chess piece. I know he's a rookie and you don't want to put him in the Hall of Fame yet, but what does he give your defense that's a little bit different than maybe you had in that first matchup?
You know what? Listen, we have a lot of respect for Will, but we know what Branch brings to the table. The thing is, he's tough. He's gritty. He's very knowledgeable. He does a good job at that nickel spot of understanding exactly how he has to disguise to put himself in position to go make plays. And we're looking forward to him being out there this game. And he's looking forward to being out this game because he hates missing games. And he wants to play against this team because of the nature of this game and who they have. So his ability to cover receivers is pretty damn good also. The thing is, listen, he ran this whatever time at the combine. When you watch him cover guys, you can never tell that because he's sticky.
It's facts. It's facts.
Pause.
Per capita,
Yeah.
pause for sure. But per capita, he is probably the best cover guy on the Lions team. Brian Branch is a dog. He is going to be a star, man. What shit makes me emotional thinking about just this draft. The draft we've had in the past 2 years, bro. These guys we got bringing in, these stars that we see on the field, and how good they're going to be. Whew. But no, for real, Brian Branch is going to be a star. He is, like I said, probably the best cover guy on the team. And you have him out there. You have him playing that nickel spot. He's great tackler. He's a sure tackler. So he could step up on these screens, make a tackle. Baker rolls out. He dumps it to the flats to a Rachaad White, who's great receiving the ball out of the backfield. Brian Branch is going to step up and make the tackle on top of staying stuck to Godwin, staying stuck to a Trey Palmer, whoever lines up against him, a Cade Otton leaking out in the flats. Brian Branch is a very important piece for this defense.
Which I think it's like a forgotten piece too, just because especially in the last game, he's been so good.
Yeah.
Is that you're not hearing his name called?
No.
It's because this guy's covered. Now, I remember, I think it was like Cooper Kupp, who is, I get he's coming back from the injury, and I don't know if he's like fully to himself or if Puka Nacua is taking that role over, but you didn't hear much Cooper Kupp last week, and it's because Brian Branch was on him. You saw the plays CJ may have missed, or may have been a holding call, or Cam Sutton the holding call. What you didn't see or hear about was Brian Branch, just because he's doing a damn good job. And I think it's a forgotten piece of it. And this part isn't forgotten. He's a freaking rookie, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's only going to develop to be better, and he's a big, impactful player in a playoff matchup that we have coming this week. And that just, again, if we're going to forgotten, again, people may have forgotten that he didn't play in the first one. And it's, again, as this week rolls on, I've been saying it as the week has rolled on. I'm feeling increasingly confident in the Detroit Lions. You starting the week with the blowout right away, and I was like, I don't know, it's going to be kind of close. One's going to be a war, but I'm leaning a little bit more towards your way as the week rolls on.
I think obviously everything's going to be tighter in the playoffs. They're going to play better in the playoffs, and things don't go as easily. But this is a team, you went into their house and you whooped them. Mm-hmm. You whooped them. You held this offense to 6 points. You went out there without Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, without a James Houston, without a Brian Branch, without a Josh Pascal, and you held that offense to 6 points. You went out there without Jonah Jackson, without Jahmyr Gibbs, without David Montgomery for more than a quarter, and you put up 20 points on them. So I have the utmost confidence that they're going to go, dude, Chris, you're a piece of shit, that they're going to go out there, they're going to make things happen, and I do expect them to win by a touchdown plus, like I said. I think this is going to be a game that Lions fans don't have any controversy in. I think you're going to be real comfortable watching this game from start to finish.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of nail-biting moments. I think Lions are going to be comfortable watching this game just like they were the first time.
And I don't mean to diminish or disrespect like Baker Mayfield or any of the guys that we're going against this Sunday. I just feel like we're operating at a higher level. Yeah. I think we're better if you look at it on paper. And just you got that feeling, man. You got that vibe. The same way like last week went into the game. I mean, the same way I was confident last week I am this week, but maybe even more so. It's I don't know what it is, man. And I hate being the guy, the analyst or whatever. It's like, it's in my gut. I can just feel it. But like, we've been kind of spot on with those, like as the season's gone on, and this is one of those situations.
Told you Jack Campbell was a Dan Campbell guy, and nobody believed me. You asked me why, so I can fucking feel it, and it worked out. I told you, felt the gird in my loins, man.
That was one of the greatest heat checks ever. You was like, I don't know. I
don't know. I just got a thing, and guess what? But JB just sent this to us in the chat. This is. Where's the Super Bowl's in Vegas, right? Right? It's in Vegas.
Is it Vegas?
Yeah. It's not in Houston.
Yeah, it's
Vegas. I thought it was in Houston when I read this at first,
so
and I was like, that would make sense. But in Vegas, you don't need to do this.
Oh.
The Super Bowl halftime show apparently is Reba McEntire, Post Malone,
Usher, I thought,
and Andra Day.
No, so that's the pre-game show. So like the pre-game entertainment, I guess you could say. But yes, Usher is the halftime show.
Okay. Shout out Usher, by the way. Anime guy.
Just don't bring your girl.
Jujutsu Kaisen
Don't bring your girl.
Jujutsu Kaisen
I wanted to shout out Lloyd Ostrander, I think is the name of the Woodward Sports chat. He had mentioned an example of Brian Branch as being effective in the game. 10 targets for Cooper Kupp last week, and only 2 catches to show for it.
Yeah.
And I think that's Cooper Kupp, the guy who held the Triple Crown 2 years ago.
That's Brian motherfucking Branch. B2 Obama.
In his rookie year, bro.
Yeah.
And you tried switching up talking about Reba McEntire. You motherfucker.
I'm just saying. I got worried for a second.
What?
Because, bro, they had one of the best halftime performances of all time a couple of years ago, and then they're going to put up Post Malone and Reba McEntire.
What is...
Watch this.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Yeah,
that shit's so funny.
Greatest Super Bowl halftime performance, because we got to stall
the greatest Super Bowl halftime performance of all time is...
Creed.
No, that was Thanksgiving.
Oh.
That was Thanksgiving Cowboys game. That's the greatest halftime performance
Michael Jackson?
of all time. No, bro. It's either Prince or it is 2 years ago when it was Snoop and Eminem and Dr. Dre and 50 Cent.
50
oh, yeah. That one was
50
was
upside down.
Hey,
75 cents.
75
cents.
Buck 20 on the upside down.
Hey, bro.
No, but it was either Prince or that one, I would say.
I'll never forget And I don't remember happening. I watched it. I don't know why. I don't know how I missed it or whatever.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, Janet Jackson tits.
Yeah.
Ever since that, though, they went on a stretch of just completely old, boring ass like. Oh, due respect to like some of those guys that are legends in their own right, but it's music that no one was like, it wasn't like relevant or anyone give a shit.
Coldplay.
Yeah, they're so scared because the titty popped out.
And shit.
You're not trying to have a titty drop again. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Play it safe.
It's publicity.
It was Prince or Dr. Dre for sure. But
I gotta watch
the
the
greatest
Prince one.
halftime performance of all time is definitely Creed at the Cowboys.
Fine.
Dude,
No.
Can you take me higher?
Well, let's go there.
To a place where blind men see.
Jeff Olson, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, the Woodward
I thought Rihanna was halftime this year, right?
No, that was last year.
That was last year. Yeah, she's pregnant. She didn't do
Jeff
shit.
Olson, the Woodward Sports chat, says Katy, he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, by the way, says Katy Perry was low-key really good.
Katy Perry was good.
So expect to hear from a Buccaneers
fan. She was pretty. She had all the...
A buck pirate.
The fucking... all the animatronics and shit. She had a bunch of work that went into it.
She got a bunch of work on lots of things.
Best halftime performance all time, Creed, Thanksgiving. Best Super Bowl is either Prince or Dr. Dre and Eminem and Snoop and 50.
And Kendrick.
And who else did they bring up?
They brought out...
you're biased.
Well, they had Anderson .Paak on the drums too. Shout out Anderson .Paak.
No, dude, that was a fire-ass halftime show.
That shit was sweet.
All right, but we do got to go to break. When we're back, we're going to talk about the problem. Returning for the playoffs.
We're back. We got Samir.
Oh, we got Samir. Oh, yeah.
Samir Ali.
Ops in the house.
From
Loose Cannon. More Buccaneers fans walking up to a buzzsaw. But tell us about Fairway Packing. Tell us about your meat.
Fairway Pack Company.
Mary J. Blige. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I got so sidetracked by that one. Fairwaypacking.com. Order it online. They got the best meat in the business. Prime beef, dry aged beef, and Wagyu beef. Or stop by for grab and go steaks in Grosse Pointe.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Now, are you tired of wearing the same sports merch? It's a new era in sports wearables. New design, amazing appeal, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com. Click the shop tab. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today. Once again, visit woodwardsports.com and click the shop tab.
Shop tab.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on woodwardsports.com. Eventually, we'll be joined by the Samir Ali of the Loose Cannon Buccaneers podcast, which I will be hosting, or not hosting, but part of tonight. All right, talking chippy. You want to join? Or you want to gym?
No, I can't. I'm going to the gym.
We could. Studio beat it up.
No, I got to go to the gym and I got to go home and make a reel.
Oh, for the Spin More X Speaks?
Yeah, sub to my new channel. I'm going to comment in the chat.
Anybody listening, while he's commenting that one, I need you on backup tonight when it comes to it because they're already talking shit. The one guy, I believe his name's Stink Bastard, by the way. Give me a thumbs up. Nice. Get that link. He was talking like the filthiest.
Yeah, he said like 36-7 or something like that.
Well, that was in the regular season when they lost at third place.
Yeah, and now he's talking even more smack.
Already,
you stank bastard.
Literally, Ali gave me like a heads up, like, look, like he's gonna talk trash, but like we really, we don't mean anything by it. I'm like, bro, we're whooping your ass either way. I am
talk
not
all the trash
you
you want. You just gotta apologize once we clap that ass again.
Facts. That's actually probably what I'll request to do. Actually, when I get on the show tonight, I gotta make a bet with them.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So what should I do?
Gotta do. They gotta wear a Lions jersey and sing "Forward Down the Field."
Okay.
If the Lions win, and if
I want some kind of embarrassing though.
If the Bucks,
because he's talking like choppy.
All right, he's got to wear
like 36-0 is like.
He's got to wear an adult diaper and sing "Forward Down the Field."
Okay.
And then you, I don't know, shave your beard.
Oh, because I gotta put something on the line.
Yeah. Shave your beard.
He's like, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I'm not shaving my beard.
Why?
Because I saw you without a beard. It was fucking terrifying.
It was bad. It'd be better now, though. It'd be better now, though. My face is a little skinnier.
Is that what made you get in the gym?
Yeah, honestly, it didn't help.
Man, what would I do?
You got to wear a Baker jersey for like a week.
Yeah, I guess I could do a jersey bet. I guess another link, Chris. Is he on Chrome?
Another one?
It's a blue screen, black triangle.
Jack Guyblow sucks. Wankster, says Matt Cat.
What?
Jack Guiblow's funny.
I guess let's talk about James Houston while we
Jeff Olson says Stank already wears adult diapers. That's fair.
Jeff Olson, I feel like we had Jeff Olson in the chat like previously.
He's been, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know he's a Bucks fan this entire time. What the hell has he been doing? The Heavies is that lit?
I think what I just saw in the chat was basically he was interacting with, I believe it was Chef, and that the Bucks are like his number one team, but the Lions are his number two, or something along those lines. Of
is he in Florida?
Like, yeah, I mean,
or he's probably a Tom Brady guy doing the Super Bowl or something.
Maybe,
or maybe he's in Florida, Lions fan. Lions suck at the time.
Yeah, Brady
got to ride that train.
Come on, ride that train. You ride it, woo, woo. Come on, ride that train. You ride it, woo, woo.
Maybe so. I don't know. But we'll just jump into the James Houston topic. Then while we wait to get connected with Samir. James Houston returned to the Detroit Lions, number 41. Oh, we got him?
We do got him. Give me a second to put him on the 3 cam, and then we'll get it rocking.
Samir's a real one, so I'm just going to get to the point and ask him. So, okay. I'm pronouncing the name wrong. He's yelling at me. He's all caps me just now.
You're pronouncing his name wrong?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
What's the correct pronunciation? I just got the all caps, man.
It's messed up, man. It's messed up.
How do you pronounce it?
It's Sammer, like hammer, but with an S.
Oh, Sammer. Oh, well, there you go. That's way easier. That's a Florida thing.
Well, the Lions are going to hammer
the
Bucks.
You're saying your own name wrong. You know what?
Nah.
What up, though, man? I appreciate you joining.
Hey, thanks for having me on, dude. It's going to be dope. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited for tonight, man. Stink Bastard has already made it interesting. Do his previous comments.
I'm going to give you a fair warning that the things that come out of his mouth are not exactly the smartest, and I cannot defend a lot of the things that come out of his mouth. But he's still my brother. So I'm going to have his back. But you're going to have a lot of weird things go down. Am I allowed to curse on here, by the way?
What'd you say?
Can I curse on here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Sweet. All right, cool. We're good.
Yeah, you guys got a good thing going on, man. You had Bruce Arians on, you had Todd Bowles on. Like, you guys got great thing going. I'm honored to be on tonight. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, you're not, the level of the GM and whatnot, but yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. It'll be different. Yeah, so look, we're so focused on our teams, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to know everything about, the shitty teams that we're going to face in the playoffs. So every now and then will bring in somebody who might know a little bit more about that team across the way, and I'll have them talk and, kind of give me the map to success against their team, kind of, and that's what you're going to do tonight. You're basically going to be a traitor without knowing it.
That's fair.
We do the same thing. That's why you're here.
This shitty team clapped that ass in your house 20-6 when they first matched up. But what would make a different feeling for this Bucks team?
Two very different teams, though. You guys are a different team, different roster, different guys available. We're totally different team. That was the first game back. The first game back since week 1 for Kalijah Cansey, our rookie, who's looked phenomenal since I think the third game back on, and he was awesome the other night against the Eagles. So, matchups are different in the playoffs. Matchups are different the second time around, even against division opponents. So it's going to be different. It's going to be fun. And then I think that we're a different and a better team this time around than we were then. That was, I think, the fourth game of the – no, yeah, it was like the fifth game of the season. Yeah. Well, it was our fifth game of the season, and a new offensive coordinator who hasn't called plays before outside of the high school level. A lot of stuff was going on. So I'm excited to see how this all plays out because you guys actually have guys that didn't play against us. We're going to have guys that didn't play against you. We're a bit more tightly put together now than we were back then. And, you guys are kind of hot and we're hot. So it's kind of going to be a really, really fun matchup. And it's reigniting the old flame from the NFC Central. It's going to be a ton of fun. But obviously, I have my feelings as to who's going to win. You guys do too. So,
and I did watch, Todd Bowles' press conference. So I just wanted to get your thoughts. How will they adjust to the weather? How will they just, you guys got some crack media down there in Tampa.
So I don't know who asked that question, and I don't usually knock the media members per se, but I have a feeling it's somebody that's been stretched thin. Usually they're covering weather, and then they just come in. They're like, "Hey, just go get some sports stuff." Like, what are you gonna do about the snow? No, you didn't. No. So what's funny is actually before you guys won your matchup, we were speculating on Twitter as to who we'd want to face if we beat the Eagles, yada, yada. And somebody asked me, or made the comment actually on Twitter, they said, I'd rather face the Rams because I don't know if the Bucs can handle going into the cold weather of Detroit. And I responded with, they play inside, right? Yeah. And I got nothing back. And then it was just funny, like 4, 5, 6 days later, the same exact scenario plays out in front of Todd Bowles in front of a much larger audience. So, I hope that we can adjust to your weather, boys. I don't know if we can handle it, but hopefully it's not too hot inside that arena.
Oh, we'll crank the AC up in Ford Field. But I love Todd Bowles' response to that. It was so
awesome.
good.
He's like, hit them.
He was like,
like, what did you even say to that?
Yeah.
Like, what do you say to that shit, man?
What has come alive for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for you guys? It was a 5 out of 6 you went before the end of the season? Before you barely got in by beating the worst team in the league, the Panthers? But
we were pretty injured. We were pretty injured, man. Quarterback out there limping, had broken, messed up ribs. I'm sure it'll come out that he's going to need one of those surgeries after the season. But yeah, listen, we limped our way in, but we weren't going to take our guy out because he wanted to finish. He wanted to finish where he started in Baker Mayfield, and he was injured. He was clearly playing hobbled, and I think they said once we get 9 points on these boys, let's just get out of here. And I think that's kind of what they approached it with. They held their cards close to their chest, really. But what's gone right over the last 5 out of 6 games, or now 6 out of 7, honestly, it's been a combination of things. It's been the offense kind of focusing on getting the ball to their playmakers and not forcing the run as much. And it's kind of just having a little bit more sense of urgency, trying to score first, trying to actually build a lead and let your defense play with the lead for the first time in a while. And so a lot of those things. And then Dave Canales is kind of, he's had some ups and downs throughout the win streak, but he's still learning how to be a good play caller. He's still learning how to create his own self-scouted wrinkles, following up on good game plans from the week prior. So it's just a lot of things that were kind of not clicking for us early that did finally click. And what's funny is the guy who's came in to replace this massive leader, this massive shadow in Tom Brady, ends up being a leader who kind of kicks his team's ass a little bit after they lose to the Indianapolis Colts in a game they should have won. He kind of says some stuff like, until everybody in this building cares as much as I do, I'm just going to have to keep pushing everybody. And I think something happened after that when he spoke that. And since then, they've just been playing together, playing for each other. They've rallied around their head coach, being thrown around on the hot seat, name being called out, saying he should be fired, this and that. He's never lost the locker room. And so they kind of rallied around each other, rallied around that. They put things together and started to kind of – you guys know how it is. Like, once you get rolling, it doesn't matter. You guys saw the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers win a Super Bowl when they were just hottest team. Yeah, and like they shouldn't have won, but they did. Eli Manning rode it to 2 Super Bowls. So hot is all that matters at this point.
And I did want to ask about that. You guys went from one of my favorite players of all time, the greatest quarterback of all time, one of the best competitors of all time in Tom Brady, to Baker Mayfield, it's kind of like the Geno Smith Seattle situation where it's like a redemption thing for Baker, and he's coming best year of his career, putting up great stats. He's putting up very similar numbers to Jared Goff. How confident are you in Baker leading this team deeper into the playoffs?
So one of the things that intrigued us about Dave Canales being hired as the offensive coordinator was he was a quarterbacks coach for Geno, and he was there with Pat throughout all of those quarterbacks with Russell and all those years of winning and success, and so he's understood kind of what it takes. And last year he took an underachieving Seattle team that was supposed to be competing for the number 1 pick with no quarterback, a guy that everybody wrote off, and he helped be part of the team that built Geno Smith into what Geno Smith was and what the Seattle Seahawks ended up doing. And so we brought him in, and I'm like, I don't see a reason why we can't do the same thing with Baker with this team. A bad offensive line, apparently. We're supposed to compete for the top 4, top 3 pick in the NFL draft, and we have no quarterback. So it was perfectly put together, almost storybook. It didn't go as well as the Seattle Seahawks did early on, but back to your point about Baker, listen, Baker's matured. I think he ate a lot of humble pie over that last year where he was with the Panthers, the Rams. He got traded for a guy that he's now still outplaying, in my opinion, in terms of how many playoff wins he's gotten. And so in that process, he's kind of had to look in the mirror and understand what he is, who he needs to be. And he's gotten older. He's married now. He's having a kid soon. A lot of this maturity and, becoming an adult, all that stuff's kind of hit home. And he's had the best year of his career. He hasn't thrown 10 interceptions. I mean, no multiple turnover games. He's just been in control. And I don't want to say that the coaches have neutered him because I don't think that's the case. I think he just understands that he just needs to play his part, be a good point guard, really, and just let his playmakers make plays and let the defense make plays and not lose the game. So he's almost like a really good game manager because that's really what I think you need to be. And no knock on Tom Brady because he is the greatest. But Tom Brady was one of the best game managers ever.
I say it all the
That's
time.
part of your job as a quarterback. You have to manage the game because you can lose it. That's one of the only positions I feel like you can lose the game for your team. And so that's what Baker's done. Manage the game, be the leader he needs to be, and when it's time, make the plays that are there. I got perfect, though.
I got to ask here, too, because I've taken a lot of flack from highlighting Jared Goff as that game manager. A lot of people here, Detroit Lions fans, they're crazy. They want to make him MVP, want to make him all these other things I've never necessarily agreed with. What is the outside perspective of coming and facing a Jared Goff, a guy who's been in a Super Bowl and a guy who's resurrected the Detroit Lions franchise, or a piece of the resurrection for the Detroit Lions franchise?
It's funny is that him and Baker are kind of following a very similar character arc, right?
Yes.
They're both kind of having to reinvent themselves, having to look in the mirror, having to be rebuilt by the coaching staff that's said, you know what, we're going to put our eggs in your basket. We're going to fix you. We're going to bring you back. And so it's fun to watch him do what he did because I thought he got a pretty unfair shake when he got traded from the Rams. I understood why they did it, but it wasn't all him. And, so the coaches should have taken some blame for that. They didn't, obviously, because that's how the NFL works. But seeing him go to the Lions and kind of figure things out and learn from his past mistakes and understand that he can be a leader and having his confidence rebuilt back up, seeing what MCDC has done for him is it's like the only guy that could have fixed him is that dude. And hey, listen, I'm a Bucs fan, but I absolutely love Dan Campbell. That would be my guy if it wasn't for Todd and BA. He's so goddamn cool. But having that guy, I think, in your corner is really what helped Goff. And I agree with you. I don't think he's an MVP candidate. I don't think he's, ever going to be the Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allens of the world. But you know what? For this team, he doesn't have to be. Mm-hmm. He just has to do his job, manage the game. And I've always said you can win with a great quarterback or you can win with a great team and an okay or good quarterback that looks great because he just does his job. If Trent Dilfer can win a Super Bowl, boys, anybody can win a Super Bowl at that point if you just keep your head out of your ass.
It's fair. And I did want to ask about that. I asked this to every guy we have on from a different fan base or that covers a different team. Is Dan Campbell obviously such a polarizing coach? Started off with the biting the kneecap in the press conference. He got the double shot, and he's kind of proven everything that he's said right. He's brought this team back. He established that grit culture, brought his guys in. How do you feel about Dan Campbell as an opposing fan?
Listen, I think he's cool as hell, man. When I saw him doing the ups and downs, I mean, I was like, all right, how do you not want to play for that dude?
Yeah.
In training camp, he's doing it with you. He's talking shit. He's talking smack. He's pushing guys around. It's funny because a lot of people spoke a lot of shit about him when he said that stuff with the kneecap and all that during the press conference. But if you remember, a lot of people talked a lot of shit about Sirianni when he kept saying dog mentality and he always had the pen in the hat, the whole those guys got to be weird sometimes, man. They just got to be weird because you got to be in a different scenario in that locker room than anything else in life, I think. And so I'm a huge fan of MCDC. I can't be a fan this week. I'm sorry, but
That's fair.
I think he's awesome. He's definitely like a dude that I would wanted to play football for. And I can see why those guys go out there late on the line, why the coaches even want to play and coach for him. Like Ben Johnson turning down multiple jobs last year, say, I'm going to come back and finish this. I think that speaks to what that culture is that MCDC built. And also kind of like the loyalty of like, this is my guy. He took a shot on me. I'm going to go and do my best to finish what he brought me in here for, and then I'll worry about me later because I'll get my chances if I do my job right. So that speaks a lot to what he's brought into that building. And, I'm definitely a fan. And plus, the dude that says dude and man all the time like that, I'm in. Like, let's go, dude.
This guy's guy, honestly.
He is a guy's guy for sure.
He's such a dude. Like, that's a guy that I want on my podcast as an opposing coach. We're going to talk about wings with him. We're going to make sure he eats blue cheese. I mean, he's coaching a blue fucking team. He should be eating blue cheese, right? So I feel like that's like, hey, come on over here, man. I'm in. Let's go.
Try this blue cheese, man.
Yeah, these wings are good, man.
With that recent success of Baker, because another part of my big beef with the Jared Goff situation is I just don't want to give him like one of these monstrous contracts that have been coming out for the quarterbacks. Baker had like a surprising year for you guys. I mean, not only did you make the playoffs, you won a playoff game against the defending NFC conference champion. What do you think that contract looks like for Baker, and what are you comfortable with?
I don't know what the numbers should be. I'm not a numbers guy. I'm going to leave that up to what the Bucs do. They have Mike Greenberg. He's one of the best numbers guys, if not the best numbers guy in the NFL. We've been able to keep guys and pay them well and not kill our cap and have really good, future cap scenarios set up. So I'm trusting that they'll figure out the numbers. But I think somewhere in that Geno Smith range is fair. And I don't think Baker is necessarily looking to break the bank, doesn't want to be the number one paid quarterback across the NFL. None of that. I think he wants to be respectfully paid and understand where he's at. But also, like, let's continue building this. Let's show confidence in me as a quarterback, and I'll show it back in you guys. And let me finally have the stable culture and the stable coaching staff and environment that I have never had since I've been drafted into the NFL. He's had like 8 coaches in 6 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the majority of those were in one place. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that doesn't ever bode well for a quarterback. Doesn't matter how good you are. Doesn't matter how bad you are. The environment you get drafted in is a major part of that success rate for me. And so I think he understands that he's in a stable and confident environment for the first time. They said, we're going to let you be Baker, and we're confident that you can be the guy that we need. And they've allowed him to build a system, or they've allowed him to play in a system built around his strengths, and they don't ask him to do a lot of stuff he's not good at. And I think that is more important to him than the actual money at the end of the day. Obviously, you don't want to get, you don't want to play for free, but I don't think he's so worried about how big that number is as long as he can finally continue doing what he's doing. And guys, he got married. He's got a kid coming. Like, he's setting roots here in Tampa Bay. And I'd like to see that for at least 3 more years, because I really do think having a guy like that allows your team to continue to build the team, right? You guys had Jared Goff. He wasn't great the first 2 years, but that allowed you to focus on something else. You could worry about going and drafting Hutchinson, drafting defensive linemen, getting linebackers, getting a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, all these other pieces. And then if your quarterback fails, you know what? You're in a good spot to go get one in a 5-year window. And then you have the rest of the team already built up. And that's what Baker allows us to do by not flaming out this year. It was a great bet by the Bucs and great bet by Baker. And it's going to work out, it looks like, for at least the near future.
Pound for pound, who would you rather have? Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield?
Oh, very different quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Very different quarterbacks. So, listen, I'm drawn to Baker just because of his moxie. I think that, put my head down, put my shoulder down, get that first down type of mentality. That's a big thing in locker rooms. It galvanizes guys and teams, and it's very Brett Favre-like. Not to say that Jared Goff hasn't done that too, but I like that dog, that, I'm going to bite your kneecap off type of approach by a guy. And so, I think Goff probably throws the ball better than he does, and they have their strengths and weaknesses. I would put them on the same tier, honestly. I don't think either of them is going to be up there with Pat and Josh Allen and guys like that. But
I would agree.
It could be a coin flip, honestly. I do think that they both come with their strengths or weaknesses. I'm just drawn to that moxie and that. Listen, until Jared Goff trash talks like Baker does, I'm leaning Baker. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I like the trash talking, but I got to ride with Goff personally.
Who wins a fist fight between the two?
Easily Baker.
I'll probably say Baker on that one too. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, we partied with Baker on a golf course, man. That dude, he's talking shit just to talk shit. At that point, you're like,
I love it.
We're not even golfing, bro. We're just hanging out. Like he was Like, yeah, that guy absolutely in any fight,
kind of
I'm
guy.
taking Baker.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Hutchinson probably kicks his ass, but yeah.
I want to switch to your concerns with this Lions team. And one thing, obviously, this offense, you mentioned some of them already. They got a lot of playmakers out there where you look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jahmyr Gibbs didn't even play in that first game. David Montgomery left in the first quarter. Sam Laporta's come on. Jameson Williams had a big touchdown in that game. What part of that offense, not to mention the best offensive line in the NFL, scares you the most when you look at that Lions offense?
According to PFF, the Eagles are the number one offensive line.
I
didn't say I agree with it. I'm just saying that's what they go by. What scares me about this offense? I would say the wide receivers, honestly. The passing game can explode and it can exploit any sort of weakness, any sort of soft zone coverage. You can't sit back and let Goff pick you apart. You have to kind of go after him. But when you do that, you leave one-on-ones. You leave guys out on islands. Your guys all have to be on the same page. And I think usually when offenses are given that scenario, the offenses are winning because they, obviously they have the routes, they know what they're doing. So I think that's the one thing that kind of scares me is what the wide receivers of the Lions are going to be able to do against the Bucs secondary. Some guys that you guys faced in that Week 5 matchup, though, are a lot different, or Week 6 matchup, are a lot different than they are now. Guys like Zion McCollum, who was still trying to kind of find his footing in his second year in the league. Now they're playing him at safety just to get him on the field because he's so good in space and getting the ball in his hands as a corner. So that speaks volumes, right? So I want to see how that secondary matches up with the wide receivers of the Lions. I know you guys have a pretty good offensive line, honestly, top 3, no joking. But the Bucs, Kalijah Kancey wasn't really in his bag back then, and I think the Bucs have kind of figured out some pressure packages that give them an advantage against any offensive line. So getting to Goff in the secondary, kind of trying to neuter the wide receiver and the passing game that you guys have is kind of a big deal. And that's the one thing I have circled. I'm not too scared of the running game. Jahmyr Gibbs in the passing game is more of what I'm worried about. But remember, we face a guy in Kamara 2 times a year who's very similar. I think Gibbs is going to end up being better because I think he can pound a little bit better than Kamara can. But at the end of the day, he's very good in space. Getting the ball in his hands when you guys pass the ball, he's phenomenal, honestly. And then, obviously, Sam Laporta, he's going to be a mismatch against any linebacker and most safeties in the league. So I'm curious how the Bucs end up trying to play him because if they try to leave a guy like Devin White on him, it might be a long day for the Bucs defense.
All right, man. Set the stage. I need some of my Lions fans there to back me up. What am I walking into tonight? What's the channel name? What's the time? What's going on, man?
All right, so it's youtube.com/@Loose Cannons Podcast. Just go on YouTube, search Loose Cannons Podcast. You will find us. It's at 7:20-ish because sometimes we're not on time. And so we just say 7:20-ish. But what you're walking into, we're going to talk ball. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to talk ball. But we're going to talk ball, and we're going to talk food. We're going to talk shit. We're going to make fun of you. You're going to make fun of us probably. And we're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to deal with Stank, who might look at the camera, may not look at the camera, might not even know what we're talking about, and we'll still see. So it doesn't really matter.
He's like, your guys are to Chris.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But we're bringing you on because we got to learn about your team, right? It's like I said, I don't know too much outside of the games I've watched, and in those games I've been rooting for you guys. So I need you to be honest. I need you to be pretty straightforward and be like, hey, listen, we suck as a secondary. This is how you guys are going to exploit us. That's what I need from you. I don't want you to sugarcoat it. You got to be fair. Because we're going to be fair. We're going to make predictions like 37-0 again. That's fair.
We're probably the most fair Lions fans on this network.
Yeah,
we get killed
actually
all
catch
the
a lot
time,
of flack
dude.
for being pretty fair.
Yeah, we get killed all the time for us saying that
Goff's not MVP? What do you mean?
We don't want to sign Goff to a $50 million contract, and we get a hate mail and stuff. So
when you guys said that earlier, that you guys don't think he's an MVP and he shouldn't, he's more of a game manager. I was like, damn, they're talking about their own team. I don't think I've ever been on a show that does that. I was expecting you guys to tell me that he's the next Joe Montana or something nonsense like that.
That show starts at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that show starts.
That's a different show.
Okay. Yeah, it's a different show. Appreciate you joining us, man. Though as always, and then take it easy on my boy tonight. You know, he gets angry pretty easy. He gets rattled by trolls in the chat all the time. So I
Well, listen, hey, listen, Eazy. you're going to have to take it easy going through the chat then, because you're not going to have fun if you pay attention to that chat window tonight. They're going to talk.
Oh, man, that's going to be his downfall.
I'm feeling pretty confident. Honestly,
you need to turn it off. You need to turn it off then.
I don't know. There's only one specific person in the chat I don't like. He's blocked on Twitter. We're good. I ain't worried about him.
Oh, for my fan base or for yours?
From ours. He gets rattled. They have a few.
Hey.
The one guy? Yeah.
When you get your haters and you finally get to block them, dude, that's when you've arrived. You know that, right? Like, that's when it's time. Yeah. Now you can...
Some guys in our secondary going at me, because we keep it real. Like, I speak my honest opinion. And CJ, GJ, you see him going back and forth with Baker. He wasn't too fond of what I had to say. But we're good. I'll be good.
I don't think you guys want to poke the Baker, man. I'm telling you, like, that's not the guy you want to poke, man. He's not. He's just not. I feel like that's just dumb. That's distraction type shit for your team that you shouldn't be doing, honestly. If that was my guy, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Seriously. If that was Antoine Winfield Jr. saying that, I'd be, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. Let's not poke, any one of those guys over there. So, we'll see.
We're not that concerned.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson has pretty good history against the Bucks. That's all I'm saying. He might not be the guy that wants to get poked either.
We don't like that motherfucker. I'll tell you that right now.
What is the history with you guys and Chauncey? Is he play well against you historically?
It's not that he's played well. You know how he is. He's the guy that just runs his mouth when the ball gets tipped and it makes it look like he's the one who stopped it, right? But he's been a dirty player when he was with the Saints and different, in my opinion. And so we just don't forget that kind of shit. And players, I believe he's the one who took out Chris Godwin's knee a couple years ago on a shitty play that looked pretty intentional, in my opinion. So, it's just one of those things. He's blocked a few of my friends. He hasn't blocked me for some reason. I'm not sure why, even though I've said some shit to him. So maybe he hasn't seen my stuff yet, but he may have blocked me by now. Who knows? Fuck that guy. No offense to you guys, but fuck that guy.
Hey, no, he's not Team Easy, so I'm fine with that one. I appreciate you joining the show, man. I'll see you in
I appreciate you guys.
20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
20-ish. Yeah, hey.
20-ish.
Good luck to you guys. 20-ish. Good luck, guys. Thank you. Later.
That was Sammer. Got that one correct. And we'll be joining him tonight on Loose Cannons podcast.
Now let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home judgment-free zone where you can get a workout in 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and everybody can feel comfortable working on their fitness goals. $10 a down a month, no commitment. You got 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Feldman Chevrolet.
Feldman Chevrolets, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. Over 18 locations, one right in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the one nearest you. They got the best car buying experience in the game. Plus, Woodward Sports is at the Feldman Chevrolet Novi live every other Monday. Every other Victory Monday, I should say that. So make sure you guys check them out. It's Feldman Chevrolet.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack and Santa Fe garden. Also the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. All of that and more at your local Big Boy.
Swiss Insurance, the best place to shop your home and auto insurance. Make sure you guys do it the best. That's my guy, Mark. Mark at SwissINS.com or give him a call at 248-800-4177. We ran a little bit over with that guy, Sammer. Would you guys catch me back on there about 20-ish minutes, as he said on the Loose Cans podcast? Again, Detroit Lions fans, hop in there, talk your ish. I think I'm going to go with the term buck pirate because it sounds...
Buck pirate?
Buck pirate.
All right.
That sounds like what it needs to be.
That's pretty good.
And they are pirates.
Well, great show today. Shout out to G-Mac Cash. Shout out to Sammer. Shout out to Herman Moore. For Eazy, for JB, for Chris, I'm Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, tell your friends. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.